स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम् स्वधर्मज्ञानवैराग्य साध्यभक्त्येकगोचरः नारायणः परम् ब्रह्म गीताशास्त्रे समीरितः श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि
अयं तु संग्रहः संग्रहो is there संग्रहः द्वादश आरम्भे संगतिं विवक्षद्भिः व्याख्यातः so ayam this two but generally the two gives you just like we say supposing or any word that we add well we say when we talk in English well so that type of meaning is there for two this abridgment ayam sangraha this abridgment that is abridgment is what you know as the Gitartha Sangraha of Sri Yamunacharya. So we are getting the small a brief introduction to the chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So Dwadasha Arambe, at the beginning of the 12th chapter, Dwadasha Arambe. Sangatim again meaning the matter with the links to previous and the next chapter. That is what we call Sangati. Generally, Sangati can mean subject matter. Now, Sangha is become contact, so link with the previous and the next. There must be some cogency. There must be some continuity. Therefore, that is called Sangati. Then Vivakshat Bihi. Now, generally, we always give a lot of respect to people, preceptors, authors of books, and so on. So it is given in plural here. So it is not actually singular, Yamunacharya. But it can also include Vedanta Deshika or anybody else who has given the commentary. So Vivakshat Bihi. By those who have the desire to explain. That is what we call Vivakshat Bihi. Then Vyakhyataha explained. In the beginning of the 12th chapter, this abridgment will give a link to the previous and the next chapter. And those people who want to explain this, they are doing so as follows. Because there is a dash after Vyakhyataha, we understand the next sentence is the discussion. Bhakti Yoganishtanam Prapya Bhutasya Parasya Brahmanah Bhagavatah Narayanasya Nirankusha Aishwaryam. Now, before going to the next word, I wanted to just remind myself and to tell you a person who is doing prapatti, what you call total surrender, Sharanagati, must also feel helpless in doing Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Then only we are going to prapatti. Therefore, a prapanna is not capable of observing Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. That I think it is obvious if you have not if you have not been given this information earlier, please tell me, please have it now. Because the karma yoga, if I am not able to do karma yoga, if I am not able to do my duty, if I am not able to acquire knowledge, if I am not able to be devoted to the Lord, then I resort to prapatti. Therefore, the word karpanyam or akinchanyam both mean the same. Both are synonyms. That is helplessness. Kai mudal illamai, we say in Tamil. So this is what in all these three steps. Then now because we are now, I think my impression is we have been talking so far that we are doing all the four yoga. No, we are doing prapatti yoga instead of these three: karma, jnana, and bhakti.
Yeah,
So
so
that
I wanted to actually I wanted to ask you today, in order to do karma yoga, give jnana yoga and bhakti, we have to prapatti. We have to surrender first to God. Help me with this karma yoga, jnana yoga, and bhakti. So actually, without prapatti, we cannot do those things also.
right,
So I wanted to ask you today. You yourself have raised it. Very good. Thank you. Thank you.
very.
Yeah.
Before you asked me, I told you that. Then the second point before I go to the next word, because Aishwaryam, the word Aishwaryam, I was telling, of course, everybody, that Aishwaryam is leadership. Aishwaryam is generally meant to be wealth, property. In single word in Sanskrit, swam. We are talking about the property of the Lord. Of course, Lord is the proprietor. Lord is the owner of the property everywhere. And we also think wrongly that we are all owners of some properties, immovable and movable, and so on. So, but today, my interpretation is little because of my listening to the discourse. Aishwaryam is our wealth is, our money is prapatti. Our plus point is prapatti. Our wealth is prapatti. What we do as total surrender is our Aishwaryam. And again, that means why do we do prapatti? For kainkaryam. Again, why do we do kainkaryam, service? Because to please the Lord, for the preeti of the Lord. And now coming back to this Aishwaryam, therefore kainkaryam is Aishwaryam. Our service is our wealth. How much wealth do you have? If I ask you, how much service did you do? That's the question. Again, it's not in the quantitative or qualitative because we cannot assess all. So Aishwaryam, with regard to the individual soul, is the service done. Service done. Again, for pleasing the Lord. So remember, if you are able to achieve the affection of the Lord, that is your Aishwaryam. So now coming back to the comment. I think some beautiful shades of meaning are available. Nirankusha Aishwaryam, Sakshat Kartukamaya, Arjunaya, Anavadi, Sakshat Kartukamaya, Arjunaya, Anavadika, Atishaya, Karunya, Audarya, Shaushilyadi, Shaushilya Adi, Guna, Sagarena, Satyasankalpena, Bhagavata, Swa Aishwaryam, Tatavastitam, Darshitam. Uktanche, it is also said, Tattvataha, Bhagavad Jnana Darshana Prapti Nam, Aikantike, Atyantike, Bhagavad Bhakti Eka, Ekalabhyatva. I think this is from Gita Bhashya. So if it is incomplete, we must try to find out how does this expression end. So let us go to the first line. So just we saw that Ayam tu Sangraha Dwadasharambe Sangati Vivakshadbihi Vyakhyataha. That's what we saw. The second sentence, Bhakti Yoga Nishthanam Prapya Bhutasya. Again, there is one more point about doing prapatti. If we are capable of practicing the karma yoga, jnana yoga, and bhakti yoga, we cannot go to prapatti yoga. We must practice all these three yogas. But who is capable of? That's a big question. It's a big question mark. Therefore, Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya takes to an easy method, whereas all other faiths recommend strict bhakti yoga, strenuous bhakti yoga. The bhakti yoga nishthanam. Now that's why we are talking about bhakti yoga nishthanam. We always remember that bhakti yoga has been preceded by karma and jnana. So only after karma yoga that you get bhakti. Again, when we see wisdom in our karma yoga, and therefore karma yoga, jnana yoga, and bhakti yoga. I think Malini madam can adjust to this repetition of words which have been discussed for the past 15 verses. So if you are not very familiar, I will put it only in English. Because the why I just named you, because it is only for everyone also. We used to say a joke like this. We beat a beggar's son in the class. A teacher beats a beggar's son in the class. And there is a royal family, I mean, a king's son in the class also. The king's son in the class also is there. And then this is only an analogy. Sorry, don't mistake me. So if I beat a poor man's son, then the king's son will understand. Next time, if I do the same mistake, I will be bet by teacher. Yes. So this is for all the participants. So this is just for joke we say. Here, so we go to the Bhakti Yoga Nittanam. So for those who do Bhakti Yoga, Nishtha is very much concentrated, very much disciplined over Bhakti Yoga Nittanam. Then Prapya Bhutasya. The only record, the only goal available is Lord Sriman Narayana. That's all. So Prapya Bhutasya, Prapyaha meaning one who is to be attained, one who is to be reached. So Prapya Bhutasya, Parasya Brahmanaha, the Supreme Soul, namely Bhagavan, Bhagavataha, Lord Almighty, and Narayanasya. So we say Sriman Narayanasya. Nirankusha Aishwaryam. Nirankusha Aishwaryam is godless wealth or godless leadership. There is no one above him. Nirankusha, Ankusha means G-O-A-D, which is used to control the elephant, a packy dog. So Nirankusha Aishwaryam, he is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent also. So Aishwaryam, the wealth, all this leadership, which he cannot be controlled by anybody else. And then so that Aishwaryam Sakshat Kartam. So a Bhakti Yoga Nishtaha, a person who is very much devoted in practicing the discipline, he wants to realize Sakshat Kartam. So he is now Sakshat Kartukamaha Arjuna. Now, let us not mistake Arjuna on his intentions. Arjuna is only a disguise for Lord Krishna to advise all of us. That is very obvious. At the same time, now we are giving a good picture of Arjuna. Arjuna, as per the orders of Lord Krishna, comes to the battlefield. Not because he wanted to show his heroism, not because he is a bowman or an expert in archery, and therefore he wanted to show his skill. Because again, the purpose of incarnation of the Lord is to paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadushkita, in order to protect the good people and destroy the bad. Dharma samsthapanarthaya, in order to re-establish dharma, the righteousness in this world, he has incarnated. So the Arjuna is only the instrument in the hands of Lord Krishna. Therefore, Arjuna has been encouraged to come into the battlefield. So after coming into the battlefield, though he is heroic in nature, he drops down his bow and arrow. That's all we know. He has become a katar, a coward. He has a doubt whether he should kill all the enemies in the opposite side who are related to him, cousins, rather second cousins, brothers, and they call brata, teachers, elders, and so on. And he has given all the relatives also. Here you have a beautiful list of people in the first chapter. Acharya Matula Pitra, Tataivacha Pitamaha, even grandfathers are there, like Bhishma and so on. So here, elders, meaning elders. So here, so many people should be killed. Then what about after killing all those people? There will be no subjects in the kingdom. Then why should I rule a kingdom without people? These are all the doubts that he had. And after that, he started saying that I am surrendering to you. Therefore, Karpanya dosho pagatat svabhava, he says in second chapter. So I am helpless. Therefore, Shadiman Tvam Prapannam. I have surrendered to you, therefore please give me orders. That's what he said. So now you understand, Arjuna is a very noble person, that he wants to seek what we call realization. Sakshat Kartu Kamaha. His name is now, the adjective is very beautiful. Sakshat Kartu Kama. What does he want to realize? Aishwaryam, the wealth of the Lord, the leadership of the Lord. What kind of Aishwaryam? Nirankusha Aishwaryam. Unlimited, uncontrollable Aishwaryam of the Lord. Which Lord? Bhagavataha Narayana. Who is that big Lord Narayana? Parabrahmana. He is Almighty. He is a supreme soul. Now Arjuna, we are all Arjunas. So Sakshat Kartu Kamaya Arjunaya. This means for Arjuna, it is in Chaturthi Vibhakti, what we call dative case. So Arjunaya. The beauty in Vedanta Deshika's Gitartha Sangraha Raksha is putting together by Sandhi many words that it looks like a train. It looks like what we call cars in row. Sakshat Kartu Kamaya Arjunaya Navadika. Doesn't end, it ends only in Sagarena. It ends only in the ocean. So Sakshat Kartu Kamaya, so you can separate it very easily. It is not a compound word also. It's a big line, is not a long compound word also. Now there are two types of quality to write a good prose. Skill, yes, the skill of writing a good prose in Sanskrit will involve either the long compound word or such a combination of conjunctions with the different words. Either of them can be used by a good prose writer, and therefore he has given this way. You need not stop reading it. You can slowly read it without a pause. that is the beauty here. So Satya Sakshat Kartukamaya Arjunaya. Now you go to what we call his preceptor, Vedanta Deshika's preceptor, namely Ramanujacharya, in his Sriranga Gadyam or Vaikuntha Gadyam or Sharanagati Gadyam, where a list of qualities, a small list of qualities is given. So he has given the Vedanta Deshika said it is Sagarena. It is like an ocean. Last word is Sagarena in the expression. So Anavadika, without limit, Atishaya, wonderful. Now we go to the quality. Karunyam, mercy, compassion. Audaryam, the broad-mindedness, generosity. Saushilyam, it is what we call moving socially with the people of different statuses. Then Adi, etc. Only three are given here. Why only three are given here? Yashodas Swami will ask later. I guess. Therefore, these three are prominent in 12th chapter. That is why it's given only three. If you go on giving all the qualities, then the pages will not suffice. And not only that, we will be also tired reading the thousands of qualities of Lord. So, the nature of these three qualities, again, just like any other limited number of qualities, is Anavadika and Atishaya. His mercy is unlimited. His mercy is wonderful. His broad-minded generosity is unlimited, and generosity is wonderful. And his non-differentiation of status is unlimited and wonderful. You say in US, amazing. So this is a word for Atishaya, amazing, awesome. So guna, quality, so adi guna, etc. Guna, the quality, characteristic, then auspicious characteristic. So you can say kalyana guna. Sagarena. Now this word, complete word, refers to the Lord Sriman Narayana, who is the ocean of the qualities like mercy, generosity, and non-differentiation of status. Why do I say give the long word non-differentiation of status? We have in Tamil a single word with just two syllables. Nearmai. Nearmai. Easy accessibility is Saulabhyam in Sanskrit, and in Tamil Elimai. Elimai will give you the Saulabhyam. He is so simple. Because why I say this, why I add this Saulabhyam, these two are the best and rather different qualities from other gods. Other gods do not have these two. Therefore, we say Saushilyam and Saulabhyam. So, Saulabhyam, easy accessibility, is given by the Tamil word Yedimai, and Saushilyam is called Nearmai. It's a very difficult, hard grammar in Tamil. So Gunasagarena. Then Satya Sankalpena. Now, I have another shade of meaning today, Satya Sankalpena. So all along I was thinking that his decisions will become true. Satya Sankalpena. Sankalpaha, decision. Satya is true. He will make only true sankalpas, true decisions. The decision will be ever permanent and what we call real decisions. But I think I'll just tell you the different meaning after some time. So Satya Sankalpaha, the discourse giver gave the meaning differently. I'll tell you, I enjoyed the meaning, but I just now forget. So I think he gave it yesterday. So Satya Sankalpaha and Bhagavata. So again, Satya Sankalpa is Lord Sriman Narayana. Bhagavata by the Lord, Swa Aishwaryam. Now we are talking about previously Nirankusha Aishwaryam, again his Aishwaryam. Swa Aishwaryam also his own Aishwaryam, namely, again I translate it as leadership, wealth, etc. Yathavasthitam darshan. It has been shown true in true picture. Darshitam shown, Yathavasthitam as is, where is condition. This happens in 12th chapter. So Uktam cha, it is also said like this. Uktam said, cha and it is said, Tattvataha, really, Tattvataha, that means by principle. So from the principle, really, undoubtedly, because of the three principles, the Bhagavad Jnana Darshana Prapti Nam. Now, all of us prapannas, all of us as Bhakti Yoga Nishtas, Karma Yoga Nishtas, Jnana Yoga Nishtas, that means we are all concentrating on these 3 or 4 yogas. Then Bhagavad Jnana Darshana Prapti Nam. Now we have come to realize Sakshatkara is now available. So we are able to see him, we are able to understand him. So Darshana Prapti now. So Darshana Prapti is we have attained his vision. We have understood him. Bhagavad Jnana Darshana. We are able to see the knowledge. We are able to feel the knowledge. We are able to experience the knowledge of the spirituality, namely Lord Sriman Narayana. So Bhagavad Jnana Darshana Prapti Nam. Now, so what is very important is this is the next line. Aikantika Atyantika Bhagavat Bhakti Eka Labhyatvam. This is both are almost synonyms. Bhagavad Jnana Darshana Prapti, the attainment of the vision, the supravision of the spiritual knowledge of the Almighty, is the only goal. That is the last word. Ekalabhyatvam. Ekalabhyatvam. This is only the profit that we have. The only profit we have, Ekalabhyatvam. Whereas, what is that Ekalabhyatvam? Bhagavad Bhakti. Initially we said Bhagavad Jnana Darshana Prapti, attainment of the vision of the Lord with devotion, with knowledge, wisdom. The wisdom leads to devotion. So Bhakti Ekalabhyatvam. So what do we desire for? What do we aim at? What is our goal? It is only Bhagavad Bhakti, the devotion towards the Lord. What kind of Bhakti? These two words give. Aikantika and Atyantika. Very simple. Aikantika is singular devotion. Nobody else is our goal. No other God is our aim. And therefore, Aikantika. Not that we live alone, we sit alone, we remain alone, lonely and do devotion. Of course, that is also recommended. We divorce ourselves from the ordinary situation of our mortal world. Then we concentrate on this bhakti, lonely. Lonely in the sense, we are not selfish. Once we get the bhakti, then we can also guide others. So Aikantika, then Atyantika, that is an end in itself. There is nothing beyond this bhakti. We don't want anything except this bhakti. That will be the fruition in itself. Atyantika. Antam is end. That is the final goal. There is nothing beyond it. So Aikantika and Atyantika. These two words, along with the other words like Karunya, Udarya, Chaushilya, and so on, all these qualities are repeated in all the three prose works of Sri Ramanujacharya. And Sri Vedanta Deshika is an ardent, staunch devotee of Sri Ramanujacharya, and therefore he uses all those expressions. And so Aikantika and Atyantika, Bhagavad Bhakti. Lord is the only goal, Lord Sriman Narayana is the only aim, and Lord Sriman Narayana is the final destination. Nothing else, nothing else. And we do it rather in a concentrated way. You can even say secret way, and so on. So this is the essence of the 12th chapter, according to Sri Vedanta Deshika's interpretation of the Gitartha Sangraha of Sri Yamunacharya. This says in Tamil, Vishwarupam has to be seen, and Lord will give us the divine vision. And that is called, already we saw that it is Sakshatkar Avalokanam in the words of Sri Yamunacharya. So by looking with the eyes is called Avalokanam. This is also again, we must understand, Jnana Sakshatkaram also. The wisdom also should be realized. The wisdom also should be realized. So Ramanujacharya wanted to establish a link between the 11th and 12th chapter here, and therefore Satya Sankalpa, I told you, it is an unfailing decision. Unfailing decision. We call it in Sanskrit Amogha. Amogha, fourth letter of Ga, that is Mahapran. So, Amogha. Curiously enough, when elders bless the youngsters with a wrong spelling, Amohama is Amohama is. That also I said right. Mohahana, confusion. Moha means confusion. Amoha means without confusion. So be without confusion. Don't get confused. That may be the right, that may be the general blessing. But amogha we used in blessing, meaning you will have only success. But it normally said in double negative. You will have no failure. You will have no failure. That is the blessing that we get from elders. So here, Satya Sankalpaha has got the new shade of meaning. This decision is never failing. And again, his decision has no blemish. There is no blemish. That is the meaning of Satya Sankalpa. And then of course, the one quality that is recommended for bhakti is samipyam. Samipyam. In the moksha realization, we say proximity is the most important for bhakti. Now, in our case, when we are living as mortals in this world, the samipyam is today the discourse giver was stressing upon worshipping the archavataras of temples. We must feel that the vigrahas. We have been telling it umpteen times to many people. That is, don't feel it as a panchaloha, made up of panchaloha. Loha means iron. L-O-H-A. We say in Tamil uloham, meaning metal. A metal is called uloham in Tamil. But whereas loha, L-O-H-A is in iron in Sanskrit. So it is panchaloha means five types of metals. And then we have got what you call sudai, what you call the calcium, made up of calcium. Then made up of wood, atti varadar. In Kanchipuram, every 40 years you get what you call Atyar, the wood. So all these materials are not very important. It is very important that we must feel the Lord's presence there, whether it is any material for that matter. So this is here samipyam, that is proximity, and the pertinent question is, when you have saligrama at home, when you have a vigraha at home, how many of us are surrendering to that saligrama, the vigraha at home, at our home? I doubted myself. I doubted myself. Why that is? This has been a revelation from the preceptors that we have. At the very advanced age, we understand that we are ignorant. The age has come. I mean, the age is going up, but the ignorance also is going up along with the age. We have not become wiser. So today I had, when I go to the puja room in my home, when I go near the Sannidhi, why Saligrama has not been surrendered to? We talk of total surrender, we are talk of total surrender to Sriman Narayana, but we don't consider Saligrama very seriously. Very seriously. That's what I want. Very seriously, you must go near the Sannidhi, sit there. Why sit? I was asking the preceptor. Alvar said, "Un adikil amarndu puhundene." That's why sitting. Otherwise, standing makes us restless. So sitting comfortably in the yoga posture, Padmasana posture, and that is very important. Of course, that is also important equally. Then sitting and spending some minutes at least to just meditate on the vigraha, and that makes us closer to the Lord. And the second facility is we go to the temples, and then today all the temples except a few are closed. And when the discourse giver talked very high up, Sri Ranganath of Sri Ranga, so much. All the 1,000 songs, pasurams of Thiruvaimuri, of Chatakobasuri, namely Nammalvar, point out only to Ranganatha is there. Anybody would explain. Then there is a fight among people who belong to some other kshetras like Kanchipuram, Tiruvallikeni, Tiruvahindrapuram, and so on. Tiruvahindrapuram people are more rather vociferous in claiming that Vedanta Deshika composed all the 114 works there. This is just for affection towards the preceptor. Here, so is it not Devadi Devan of Kanchipuram or Parthasarathi of Tiruvallikeni or the Devanayakan of Tiruvahindrapuram? So all though the names are different, God is one. We take pride in saying the Ranganatha is the topmost, and then all the books. For example, Swami Vedanta Deshika has said Ranga Bhartuhu, the word Ranga Bhartuhu, in his Dramidopanishad Tatparya Ratnavali, giving a concise, a single verse on the 10 verses of 10 pasurams of Thiruvaimuri of Nammalvar. He has given only one Sanskrit verse, abridging the contents of the Thiruvaimuri every decade, every DECAD, every decade. Every 10 he has given one verse. He mentioned that this is about Ranga Bhartu. It is only Ranganatha. And again, Ranganatha, of course, he is only Archa Rupam. That's what I want to stress upon here. Instead of Pararupam, which is not easily accessible, Paravasudeva, Vaikunthanatha, Paramapadanatha, then we come to Vyuha Rupa. Those four names are only at a distance. Sankarshana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, and Vasudeva. Then Vibhavavataras, what we call all the incarnations starting with the fish and so on, they are like the sudden flash rivers which we have not been able to take bath in. This is what we are taking bath is what we call revel in the auspicious qualities of the Lord. That is what we call Neeratam, according to Goda Devi in Tirupavai. Taking bath is enjoying the qualities of the Lord. And that is, so it is not a taking bath with water. Here, when we come to the next Rupam, Antaryami, even Antaryami is not so, what you call, vivid. Is not tangible easily. Whereas Archavatara is very, very nice to approach. You can enjoy. He says, the discourse giver says, you please stand in the sanctum sanctorum, have a vision of the Lord for a long time. How to do it? That's a question. But let us at least imagine that the Antaryami, our Antaryami can be either Ranganatha or some other deity, which we can bring into our mind very easily, because we have fortunately we are blessed by the capacity to think and imagine. And therefore, so over this, I think I'm giving it too much explanation on this. So this is only practical. So let us take a very important, let us take into consideration the local, the homely God, than because in US I know very difficult. Whenever I ask people to take me a temple, Livermore is 45 minutes away. 45 minutes away. I have to depend on the car, and the driver must be my relative, our friend. There have been many friends who took me to many temples in US, but I depend on them. And suddenly one says, I will leave you in the temple, and someone will pick you back. Then again, to call and make sure that I am back. So I decided to stay in the temple, Balaji temple in San Jose, for 15 days of Mahalaya Paksha. Because I didn't want to eat onion and garlic at home. And therefore, I saw that there are two sannyasis there, young sannyasis who conduct this temple. And they prepared food for me, and then they stayed throughout. Why I say this is, Sattvika Aharam is also important. Bhakti is also important. And again, what I mean to say, distance. The distance separates our proximity. Distance is a problem for proximity. So Samipyam will be the good quality and good rapport to establish rapport between the individual soul and the Supreme Soul. So coming to this.
So Swami, maybe I just wanted to elaborate a little bit more upon this this theme that you gave about the different forms of the Lord and their accessibility, and that you're saying we should Samipyam, we should try to be close to the Lord, but the Lord is actually very close to us, but we can't see him, right? So just like our eyelid is the closest thing to our eye, but we're unable to see our eyelid. So the thing is, this analogy is given about water. Water is an essential thing for life. Water is totally essential for life, but there are different sources of water. So the para form of God in Sri Vaikuntham is compared to a cloud. There's water in the cloud. We look up in the sky sometimes before the monsoon comes and we see the cloud. There's water in the cloud, but if we're thirsty, we cannot get water from the cloud because the cloud is so far above us. So we are thirsty for God, but God is in Vaikuntha. That para form of God is in Vaikuntha. We can't quench our thirst by getting the water from the cloud. So we can't access the para form of God. And then the viewer forms may be a little bit closer. They may be like a body of water which is far away. We have to take a long journey to get there. That may be going through the different planetary systems to come to Svetadvipa or someplace where we can access a viewer form of God. That's also inaccessible to us. Maybe the Devas can go there. We cannot go. So the next form is the Vibhava, as you were saying, the different incarnations of God which are coming. But they come only one time. Lord Krishna came 5,000 years ago, Rama many, many millenniums ago. So as you say, they're like a flash flood, like we see when we go to Sri Rangam. The Kaveri River is dry because they have a dam in Karnataka and they keep the water. So only when the monsoon is very, very heavy and that dam becomes full, they let the water out. So then there's a flash flood. All of a sudden, Kaveri River is very full. So it happens only if you're not there at the correct time, you cannot take bath because there's no water. So you have to be there at the correct time. So we were not available. We were not here in this world, or maybe we were here, but not in human form. And we could not take advantage of when Lord Krishna came, when Lord Rama came, because our lives did not coincide with the life of Krishna or Rama or any avatar. So we cannot also get closeness to the Lord from the avatars because they come only very rarely. And then we have the Antaryamin within the heart. That's another form of the Lord within the heart. But only the yogis can see the form of the Lord in the heart by very tough meditation. And so this is also compared to drilling a well or digging a well. We make a bore well, but this takes a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of time to do the meditation, to see God within the heart. Just like digging a well is very difficult to get the water from the well if we're thirsty. But the deity, the Salagrama, which is in our house, is just like the water in the palm of our hand, just like the tap that we turn on in the kitchen. Water is immediately there, very close to us, and we can immediately quench our thirst by sipping the water in the hand. So the Salagrama or the Vigraha that's in our puja room is so close to us and so easily accessible, much more easily accessible than Para, Vyuha, Vibhava, or even the Antayamin, the Paramatman. So this is a very nice analogy, exactly who has written this analogy. I was thinking it was coming in some books by Pillai Lokacharya, but can you say exactly where this analogy of the five forms of God and
I'll find out and tell me. Find out because very easy. Because the Bhugata Jalam Bole, as you said, just like digging a well, and Kartar Bole Vibhavam, like the flash flood. Name Vibhava is like the flash flood, and then staying in a Madukal Pole is the Archavatar. It's like what the puddle, 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 where the rainwater stagnates. That is Archavatar. We can easily get water.
Yeah, he's right in front of us.
Because of the actually cow poop, the puddle created by the cow's poop, and therefore very nice. And I'll tell you exactly because it's a very famous quotation from, of course, a Tamil work.
Right. So okay. So seeing as I'm speaking, I wanted to ask a question, very pertinent question here. That of course we've been talking about the 12th chapter, and the 12th chapter is called Bhakti Yoga. But we have been emphasizing all along property. We've been emphasizing property, and you mentioned that if we have the ability to do the other yogas like karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, if we have abilities to do this, we should do those things. So only if we don't have the ability to do karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, or any other process, we should take to property and just surrender and do sharanagati. So, but my question is, which of the acharyas and alvars have done karma yoga, jnana yoga, or bhakti yoga? I think all the acharyas and alvars, they're all doing property only. They are great people. If we see that even great people like that are not doing karma yoga, jnana yoga, or bhakti yoga, but only doing property, then how can we think that anybody, including ourselves, has any qualification to do these other things? I think actually it's only theoretical that you say that people should do bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, and kama yoga if they have some qualification. Actually, nobody has the qualification.
You can take the very examples of Sri Ramanujacharya and of course, I am just giving only the two names, the Vedanta Deshika. Yamunacharya was also a sannyasi. And as a sannyasi, I mean, as a householder also. And Vedanta Deshika was only a householder, grihastha. Almost all the three, we can all, I think, definitely say that they practiced karma yoga and jnana yoga also. And nevertheless, they always had the bhakti yoga in their nature. What is karma? Karma yoga, it is said, at the age of 120, I think I mentioned earlier, Ramanujacharya stood up and offered argyam in the Sandhyavanam. Generally, one we have to stand and offer the water, not sit and. But it is also said, if one is so much, I mean, weak, one can even lie down on the bed and perform Gayatri Japa. But while offering argyam, one has to stand. If one cannot stand, what can be done? So that is the. But Karma Yoga, the Karma Yoga was practiced very well by Ramanujacharya. And Jnana Yoga, there is no doubt, because all the three, just for example, just for quoting, all the three we can understand, wrote books for us, and we can understand they were deep in Jnana Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is an offshoot of these two, Karma and Jnana. And they instill devotion now on us, in us. They instill devotion in us now, even after their death, by making us read the books. And again, we also approach preceptors today to get the real knowledge from these books, good interpretation from these books. I can also say, I think I don't know much about the history of Manavala Mamuni or even Pillai Lokacharya or Periyavachan Pillai. So all these commentators also, they rather, Manavala Mamuni is an Acharya. All of them might have done well in these yogas, and definitely compared to us, they are not comparable, but compared to us, they have been better. They have been better.
Yeah, I think that this is also a slight difference between Kanacharya Sampradaya and Deshika Sampradaya. That this point in Deshika Sampradaya, they say if you are qualified for Bhakti Yoga, if you're qualified for Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, you should do those things. And only when you are completely unqualified for those things, you should do property. But whereas the Tenacharya Sampradaya, they say that the nature of the soul is complete dependence on God. He is the we are the Shesha, and he's the Sheshi. And so we're completely like the slave of God. We're completely dependent upon him. And therefore, to think that we can do something like Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, or Jnana Yoga separately through our qualities, our qualifications, that is against the basic nature or essential nature of the soul as being subservient to God. So this is the emphasis of the Tenacharya Sampradayam. I don't see actually much difference, because I see that both acharyas from both sides, everybody's doing Sharanagati, everybody's surrendering to God. And at the same time, like you said, everybody's also writing books, everybody's also doing works. So we are doing works of karma, we are doing works of jnana, we are doing works of bhakti, but we're just not doing them with the mentality that this is what is causing our moksha. We're not doing them as a sadhana to create the mercy of God to come to moksha. We're simply doing them because we have time to kill, in this life, and we should follow his orders and and do his service. His orders are there in the Shastra, and we should do those things. So I don't see any incompatibility between the two sampradayas, or two sides of the sampradaya on this. But I do see that the Tenacharya is making a slight emphasis on one thing, which is subservience, and the Deshika Sampradaya making an emphasis on that these paths are also taught. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga are also taught, and therefore they have to be accepted because God has taught them. So I agree with both sides, actually.
In Tenacharya Sampradaya, if you mean that Samashrayana itself means Sharanagati, and there is no separate process called Prapatti or Sharanagati, second time. If you call it second time, then it is okay. Otherwise, Sharanagati is, as you said, the nature of the individual soul itself is subservient. But it must surrender. But do you accept that Tenacharya Sampradaya has only Samashayanam equal to Prapatti?
Yeah, there's no separate Bharanyasam in Tenacharya Sampradayam. All we do is at the time of Samashrayana, we think the same thing as you're thinking in Bharanyasam, that we're giving over all the burden of our sins to the Lord through the Acharya. So I mean, it's also possible in Deshika Sampradaya to do Bharanyasam in a young age, isn't it? Some people are doing it, right? So can I ask the question, at the time of doing Pancha Samskara in Deshika Sampradaya, can somebody do Bharanyasam at the same time?
Yeah.
Then that's basically what the Tenacharya Sampradaya is doing. They're just saying we do it at the same time. They don't make it separate, that's all. And I think because they're also emphasizing this Sakrideva Prapannaya from Rama Charana that we discussed before, Sakrideva meaning only once. So they may be putting more emphasis on this statement, only once.
Whereas Ramanujacharya's Gadyam, Sharanagati Gadyam, will say, Utthaya, getting up, Punaha again, Utthaya, getting up, again Punaruttaya in this Gadyam. Getting up, falling at the feet, getting up, falling at the feet, then 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. Of course, okay, getting up and falling at the feet, this is only an external symbol of Sharanagati, of surrender, right? Somebody might say, oh, I have done Bharanyasam, So when I go to the temple, there's no need for me to prostrate. But even people who have done barnyasam, they've done surrender. When they go to the temple, they prostrate before God. They prostrate before their acharyas. Maybe they prostrate before their elders even. So it's not that we cannot prostrate before somebody again and again and again and again. But the Tenacharya Sampradaya, they're by only prostrating one time, the people in Tenacharya Sampradaya, they're making a comment. They're trying to impress upon people that you only have to surrender one time. But even the Tenacharya, they prostrate today. Tomorrow they're also prostrating. So they're prostrating many times also, even if they don't prostrate 4 times or 2 times, at one time, still they're also prostrating many times throughout their life. So they're also not against multiple prostrations. We are not against multiple prostrations, but I think they're just trying to emphasize this idea that we've surrendered to God, and we don't need to surrender again. And I see that in both sides. The Deshika Sampradaya also says property is only one time, right? You don't do barnyasa multiple times. Nobody's doing barnyasa multiple times. They do it, it's finished. They do it, it's done. So it's just a difference in emphasis, and it's not a difference in doctrine. The doctrine is the same. Sakrideva Prapannaya is the same. Everybody accepts this. So I don't see a difference.
Today's discussion centered on the plea of the Alvar. Find out what it is now. He says he appeals to the Lord. The Acharya appeals to the Lord. Please treat me as you did Guha in Ramayana. You call me your friend. So he said, Tora, Thoran, you are my friend. That's what Rama said. And then Kambaramayanam Tamil says, Guganodu Aivarano. We became 5 brothers. We became 5 brothers along with Guha. So there is, I think some preceptor is pleading with the Lord. It is enough if you call me Tora, Sakha, Atma Sakha. This is how. This is a prayer. This is a prayer.
Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. I am the friend of all living entities. Suhridam.
Yeah.
Suhrid, yes.
Well-wisher. Good-hearted man is called Suhrid.
So if anybody else has any questions or comments, that was all indeed, I did want to ask about why Karunya, Audarya, and Sushilya are the only qualities mentioned. So you already answered that question. You anticipated my question on that one. So they were the only questions I had about this, because, of course, Bhakti Yoga Nishta is what we're talking about here in the 12th chapter.
Swami, to me, the sampradaya is not important as long as we have that one powerful Paramatma who is the supreme, and believe in that and surrender to him. To me, that's all is important for me as far as I am concerned. Sampradayas are all acharyas, they've said it's good. Overall concept for me is Sharanagati. So once I do all the other sampradayas, doesn't make the total surrender is what is important for me. And that's all. I just want to think of God's Kalyana Gunas and surrender. He is the greatest. And that's my thought every day. And we cannot get, I'm not praising you, please, I know, but as you said, my lineage is very, and that has led me to you, and I'm very thankful for that. And my mind is very peaceful these days. My mind is always thinking of Narayana. That we are in this, yes, we are in the stomach of Narayana, or in the mouth of Narayana. The whole world is Narayana. The image is mind-boggling. So that this is all my thoughts going on and on in my mind, and I can't thank you enough. And the final word, and thank you for blessing my daughter yesterday, and my son-in-law for that beautiful performance which they gave. And thank you for your blessings. We are very, that's all. And I'm so happy she sent it to you, and you give your blessings to them. Thank you so much.
And I wanted to just will give a link to Keshav Swami. Today morning by 4:30. Did you get it? Get the link? I think I must give you the link both to Malini Madam and her daughter Ranjani, whose husband Mohan Rangan played the flute, and it was a Sangama fundraising event for the Hungary Lord, and then the confluence of Mysore paintings, where I saw something wonderful. Lava and Kusha sitting on the lap of Rama on the throne. That was a very beautiful painting, and a lady who involved herself very deeply in Mysore painting was a combination with a lot of Carnatic music melody combined by the what you call playing the flute by Shanta Madam's son-in-law, and therefore in, by 4 o'clock I got up with a thought that I must listen to it. And my wife and myself listened to it till about 7 a.m. 4:30 to 7 a.m. We couldn't move out even for Anushtana because so much engrossed in this. And then I said this way. We were talking about Vibhavavatara, which are like flash floods. And Keshav Swami referred to that we were not there during Dwapara. No, we must have had our life in Dwapara Yuga. That's why we are continuing the tradition of samskara is there. Otherwise, we will not think of God. We will be one in the 11, and we will not discussing anything. So we always must positively think that we had been in the Dwapara Yuga along with Krishna and Treta Yuga with Rama, so that if you are a Rama Bhakta, then you should have been there. If you are if you are a Rama Bhakta.
Okay, I have a doubt about this. I have a doubt about this because sometimes we read in Shastras that at the time of Rama going back to Vaikuntha and Krishna going back to Vaikuntha, he has given moksha to all Chaitanas. So if he has given moksha to all the Chaitanas, it means that the universe again becomes filled up with the souls that are unmanifest, that are in Shashupti, or they're in unmanifest. Maybe there's some souls which are achaitanas right now, and they get bodies. But I think if I had a body, if I was a living person at the time of Rama or Krishna, I should have gone to moksha with them.
Okay.
So I have a doubt. that we were all playing with Krishna and Rama at that time, because of what the Shastra says, that he has given moksha to everyone.
That means, I mean, it is only in Ayodhya, limited to Ayodhya, capital city, not even Kosala Rajya. All the Achetanas and Chetanas were lifted to the heaven, Vaikuntha by Rama. That is a mention of Alva.
So we know that we were not living in Ayodhya or Dwarka.
Some other
Is that
place
the
where,
point?
yeah,
So we were living we were in the suburbs somewhere, and
yeah.
and we missed out on getting moksha because we were a little bit too far away. Is that correct?
Yeah. But we have been enjoying the company of Rama somewhere else, in the forest, because the sages became the gopis, the cowherders in Krishna avatar. Along
That's true.
with the sages of the Ramayana forest became cowherders in Krishna avatar.
Right. So that means so because they were living in the forest and they were not living in the city.
Yeah.
If they had been living in Ayodhya, they would have gone to moksha. Otherwise, they went to Krishna avatar.
Yeah.
Okay, and so possibly we were with Rama. Maybe we were among Vanaras or something.
They were the contemporaries of Rama and Krishna.
Okay, all right. We
don't
know. A lot of people, this thing. A lot of people, they get the past life regressions. They go to some hypnotherapist, and the person hypnotizes them and tries to find out if there are any impressions, latent samskaras in their mind from previous births, and but so many people claim that they were Cleopatra, they were King George. There were so many people. We hear people when they say, "Oh no, in my past life I must have been somebody great." No, we never hear somebody saying, "I was a very ordinary person in my past life." Everybody thinks that they were some famous person. So I have a doubt about all those things.
I would give you sorry to give a bad example. I have a friend here. He is a retired professor of Hindi. He is not a Dvija. He belongs to the Saurashtra community. He is elder to me. I think by 5 or more than 5 years. And when I tried to help him, because he is now totally helpless, because he had a stroke, and he has been deserted by his relatives, wives, children, everybody. Uh, he is living, of course, with a limited capacity. He says he is an atheist. He doesn't believe in God. He has been there for the past 60 years in Sri Lanka. 60 years in Sri Lanka. So his life has not changed. And he was an NCC officer in the college, a very disciplined fellow. But at the same time, he is very good in Hindi, not because he is a Hindi professor, but because he got his PhD from Agra University, near Delhi. So why I say this is, he is of course permanent resident of Sri Lanka. He needs lot of help. He is dependent, totally dependent. But in spite of it, he doesn't think even for a minute the God. There are some people in Sri Lanka, they say, Lord Ranganatha has not blessed me, though I am devoted. So there are some complaints like this. So, but this man doesn't worry about. He is worried about the ordinary life. He is worried about the food. And when he said, "I am counting my days," I said, "What is going to be? What harm will you get by passing away?" I said, "You have no care." He doesn't file the return income tax. Nobody worries about it. He gets the pension, gets 1 lakh pension. There is no support. he employs people to bring morning breakfast, even midday meals, night dinner, everything he orders and he gets it. And he watches TV, the English Hindi films. Why I say this is this life is unspiritual, and therefore we say that we are all fortunate to have, as you said, latent impression in the subconscious mind, the samskara that we have. So we are able to read through some certain books, specific books. And a word about Madam's not to worry about Sampradaya. Of course, Sampradaya is only is in our mind, and we are not actually seeing the differences between one and the other Sampradaya. But we try to find out the similarities of the Sampradaya and the procedure to observe Bhakti Yoga. That is what we are now trying to find out, a path to tread on to Prapatti Yoga. Though we know what something about Prapatti Yoga, something about Jnana and Karma and so on. So we are trying to understand more and more by the preceptors of any faith. That is what we are attempting to. It is not. We are not able to devise our own path by ourselves. Therefore, we consult others. So, Sampradaya is equally important. Either you follow. And there are people, as Keshavdas Swami put it, though I am an Advaiti by birth, I am become Vishishtadvaiti. Practically. One of my friends, a chemistry professor, he is a very staunch devotee of Lord Shiva. He has visited all the 12 Jyotirlingas and then worshipped there. And then he every day he recites Vishnu Sahasranam, not Lalita Sahasranam. Number one. Number two, I said, why don't you worship Ranganatha? He said, I am worshipping Panduranga. His mind has gone to what you call the Ramadas temple, Bhadrachalam. So he said, every time he says Panduranga. Doesn't say Ranganatha, just Panduranga. But I said, so a devotee like that. And Keshavdas Swami and I went to him long ago and had a breakfast. So, and he was asking very intriguing questions to Keshavdas Swami. Why did you follow Vaishnavism? He asked this. Why did you take to Vaishnavism? Why did you? I asked him, why did you take to Tennacharya Sampradaya? So these are all some questions that we posed to him. But he said, I was initiated by a Bangalore Swami, and then I came to this. Otherwise, if I had met him earlier, I would have made him Vadagalai Sampradaya man. Why I said this? When you are a Tennacharya Sampradaya person, I prevent you from going to the Tayar Sannidhi, the Mahalakshmi Sannidhi, Ranganayika Sannidhi, because you take her to be a Jivakot. Then why do you come to the Sannidhi and worship Mahalakshmi? I said, no, don't come. I'm very.
Why do you go to Embiramanar Sannidhi? Why do you go to Ramanuja Sannidhi?
Yeah, that of course that is common preceptor to both sampradaya. That's the common preceptor to both sampradaya. Ramanuja, Nathamuni, and Yamunacharya are common to both sampradaya.
But see one thing. I live in Sri Rangam, and I wear Tengalai Namam, but all of my friends are Vadagalais. Practically all of.
That's what I'm telling, madam. We are not fighting with each other.
No, we're not fighting. When I see everybody's wearing a different namam like this,
Yeah.
but when I look at Lord Ranganatha, I see only Kasturi Tilaka.
Yeah.
I don't see any
Doesn't
different
want to
namam.
differentiate.
He looks at us and he thinks these children are fighting over namam,
Right.
and I'm wearing.
I'm noticing this point which you said in most of the Archavatara. Most of the Archavatara. Recently, I was seeing a lot of pictures of different deities in temples. I saw that in order that we must not fight, and I think Madam also knows that Tennacharya priests are there in the Vadagalai temple, and Vadagalai Sampradaya priests are there in the Tennacharya temple. Sriranganatha, we also say we make a false claim. Only Vadagalai man can touch Ranganatha. Not
Yeah, I'm not.
we make a tall claim. And the Srimushtam temple is a Vadagalai temple where there is Tennacharya Sampradaya Archaka. They said, don't fight with each other. So you have unity, let us have unity. That is a Kanchipuram temple. I was complaining to somebody belonging to Kanchipuram. Why there is fight? Yesterday there was so much chaos, war, cold war between these two. And he said, it is usual. Every year it happens. And
See,
there was a joke
also,
about the elephant.
also the elephant should have only Tengalai Namam. I understand that. Okay.
1 week Tengalai Namam as decreed by the judge. 1 week Tengalai Namam, 1 week Vadagalai.
Yeah, during I have a book all about the court cases between the Kalais. But one British judge during the time of the British Raj, one British judge, he decreed that they should put Tripundram instead of Udrapundram. They then put Tripundram. He said. So if you go to outsiders and you ask the question, you get this. But I think it's just like in a family. In one family, you get two brothers, and the brothers will fight, even though they're brothers. But when somebody comes from an outside family, then both brothers are united. So if somebody says put Tripundram on the elephant, both Vadagalais and Tengalais will object. So it just depends upon whether you have a common enemy, I think.
Right.
But normally I don't think much of these people who are very much interested in fighting between the different sections of Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, because we're all Vishishtadvaitins. Everybody's following Sripad Ramanujachari. Everybody's adopting property. So I think this is all silliness.
Yeah.
It's just
flimsy and silly aspect. No, of course I wanted to. I
want to tell you one more thing. My friend in Australia, Ramanujachari, he's a disciple of Air Force Jir, the Swami who used to be in Sri Perumbudur.
Oh.
He says we are not Vadagalais, we are not Tengalais, because he's also a foreigner. He says we are Metgalais. We are Westerners. So we have our own Kalai. We have our own culture.
West Kalai, okay.
Metgalai.
No. The present problem I want to present is, we may not be able to solve, but we must be aware that blood brothers, sisters, close relatives, they are now inimical to each other. I see everywhere. From my earlier generation, I had a distant related uncle. When I talked to two brothers of that uncle, two blood brothers of that uncle, both the brothers say to me, we are not in talking terms. Now I started this experiencing the bitterness long ago. But now I see that it has come to many families. Many families. Now, not only that, we are all of us are irreligious also. Neither we wear anything on the forehead to show that we are fanatic or something, follow something. Nor we agree with each other. We are not in talking terms. I am very happy to talk to you, but I am not very happy to talk to my sister. I am not ready to help my sister. The brotherly feeling is not there. I don't know why. I'm surrounded by so many families which fight with each other. And I will also give you one good example. There are very rare families, good families, where all the brothers are under one roof, and they don't fight to each other. Say, for example, Keshav Das Swami is earning a lot, and I am a poor person, and economically we are different, but we live in the same house without any fight. And that is because of the good nature of the ladies in the household. again, they might be the cause for separation also. Therefore, I saw some families.
Just like Goddess Mahalakshmi. See, Mahalakshmi is a mediator between the Jiva and Lord Narayana. So just like that, the ladies are also mediating between, because usually it's the men who have the big ahankara, we have the big ego, that we cannot cooperate with each other. But the ladies are always, they always work it out, and they help us to mediate between our differences.
I'll just quote an example from Ramayana, which I'm just telling the example for, without any reason whatsoever, the relationship is strained today among the close relatives. This is shown in Ramayana. Sita is asking questions to Ramayana. Are there not good people in Sri Lanka? She is questioning him. Santaha na santiva. Beautifully worded by Valmiki. Don't you have good people in Sri Lanka? Now there are good people. I mean, there were good people in the sense. I mean, take it as a Ramayana happening now. There are good people. Vibhishana, his own younger brother. Kumbhakarna, his own younger brother. Malyavan, his own uncle. Maricha, his own uncle. There is one more minister. All these give good advice to Ram. In many aspects, these people are good. There are so many other people who are bad. There are 10 crores of demons in Sri Lanka. Somebody was asking, what is the proof? I said, Pillai Lokacharya is the proof. Pillai Lokacharya's words is the proof. Did you count as 10 crores of demons in Sri Lanka? Because I said, just like Sagastra Shirisha Purusha, we have thousands of heads of Lord. We have the 10 crores is only an indication. It might be 10 crores tripled into billions or trillions. Now, what I want to say is, then he was wondering, Pillai Lokacharya was wondering why Ravana is bad. Sita is guessing it is Akarana Karyotpatti. Akarana Karyotpatti. Without reason, the effect has come up. Without any basic cause, the effect has come up. It's so bad. Paradara Paharaha is the only mistake that we do. Otherwise, a very great devotee of Lord Shiva. He could play Samaveda in his Veena. He could please Brahma by his tapas for getting boon. So all these are there. He has bad advisors also. But why did he? Now the question is, how did Sita realize? He is asking. Pillai Lokacharya is asking through Ravana. Why? How did you find me bad as soon as you came into Lanka? That's what he seems to ask her. She is also surprised. Uh, she says, a good person should make another man good person. If it is not done, then you did not follow anybody. Satam na anuvartase, she is asking. You are not following any good people. In that sense, what you call the principle was akarya karanotpatti. Akarana karyotpatti. Without reason. That's why the Kali Yuga here today, what I mean to say, Kali Yuga has got a lot of aberrations which were not present or which are absent in the previous Yuga, Krita, Dwapara, and Treta. So what I mean is, I think I am taking a lot of your time and my own time.
No problem, Swami.
And again, you will all be happier if I give you some examples, practical examples from the Puranas, the Itihasas, the Smritis, and then only I think I lack that skill to explain to you. Otherwise, of course, it will be a long one. There was a discussion. How much time should we devote to explain a particular Pausharam of Tirupavai of Andal? It can be done in days together, and it should be done for 1.5 hours, beyond which people will become impatient. And we have to restrict ourselves to certain facts, certain views, abridged in form.
We don't have to be so restricted. We don't have to be restricted with time now because everybody is sitting at home, so nothing else to do, right? There's nobody can go to temples. Nobody can go out to see other people. So everybody has more time. And Srimad Narayana wants us to concentrate on other things.
My daughter today sent me a small video, where a lady with a mask, full mask, not mask for the corona, full mask. She was saying the ineffectiveness of the online classes with humor. She says, your mother is feeding the child when I am taking class, and then today I had the experience. I said to the children, you should not put off the video. You can mute yourself, but you should not put off the video. Then, because when you put off the video, whether you are here or in the next room, we do not know. So I said, if you are interested in learning, you must follow some instructions. So why they put off the video and go. So it's very humorous. I will send you the small video because she was telling in Tamil combined with English. Online classes are not so effective unless you are interested.
No. Any type of class is effective if the teacher is effective and the student is also effective.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if the student is not interested, the teacher is not interested. If the subject matter is about something else, it depends upon I think it depends mostly on the teacher and the student. If the teacher is effective and the student is interested, then any type of class is good.
Thank you so much.
So should we go to the Tadians?
Yeah.
Okay.
Malini madam.
Ramanuja Daya Patram Jnana Vairagya Bhushanam Srimad Venkata Natharyam Vande Vedanta Deshakam Kavitakika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashalini Srimati Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Swamiji.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha.
We will include Sri Shailesha apart from.
We don't have to do that. Okay, so we finished everything.
Yeah.
Just one other. One other question I had for you. I sent you some. I sent you some other things. Don't forget about my emails that I sent. Also, I made some comments on the Sanskrit list because people were talking.
Yeah. You gave us the 3 verses on avoiding diseases.
Avoiding diseases, yeah. So I don't know Sanskrit, but I can offer some Sanskrit sayings.
All the 3 were relevant. All the 3 were very relevant.
I think so, yeah.
The group members of the group will enjoy your quotation.
I hope so.
Then what about the mail? I think you did send some.
Well, okay. I was there were some questions that I had which I sent to you. Mostly, the thing that comes to mind is the Apastamba Dharma Sutras, the commentary by Sudarshanacharya on one sutra, and also now Govindacharya is becoming very interested. He is working today, so he couldn't attend the class. But he's very interested in learning more, in doing some more chanting. And I know that you teach Vishnu Sahasranama to the little children, and he wants to get his Vishnu Sahasranama better. And so I'm using the Lithgow book to go through the differences in the Vishnu Sahasranama, but most people are chanting Vishnu Sahasranama, the smarta, they're following MS Subbalakshmi Sampradayam, tradition for chanting.
We follow today property.com version.
Property.com version, yeah. So this is the Sri Vaishnava version is in the Bhagavad Guna Darpanam, right? Yeah. So
I will give him the link for FCC app. Only Sunday night we have 9:30.
Sunday night at 9:30 you have Vishnu Sahasranama.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only once a week. Only once a week.
Sunday at 9:30. I'll write that down. Okay.
Now we are going to the last part of the Vishnu Sahasranama group, namely Apadam Apahartharam. After the Dvadashanama Panchara Stotram, we go through the.
Yeah. Okay, so Sunday 9:30 Indian Standard Time, IST.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell him that. I don't know if it's convenient for him or for me, but Sunday 9:30 will be convenient for me because 9 o'clock is convenient for me, and we're doing the class there. So it means about 6 a.m. Sunday for me. Oh, okay. So you're doing it on Zoom or you're doing it some other way?
FCC app.
FCC. I don't know what FCC is.
Free conference call app.
Oh, so it's only audio.
Audio, yeah.
Okay, I'll check that out. Okay, so thank you.
I'll give you the ID.
Okay, thank you. So just to be clear, you're just chanting or you're giving some explanation about it?
No, only chanting.
Only chanting, yeah. Okay. Because what I was interested in, going through the Divya Namas. Like you said, with the commentaries of Shankaracharya and Parasara Bhatta and even Madhvacharya.
So soon after Gitartha Sangraha, we can take it.
No, I don't want to take up only my ideas. I think everybody in the group should have some idea.
Common,
Yeah, I think because people are getting a little bit. It's the subject matter is very deep in Gitartha Sangraha, so maybe some lighter text is better after this.
Whatever you decide.
I think you like to teach the Chadusloki and the other Stotra Ratna, right? You like to teach Stotra Ratna, right?
Stotra Ratna is text is easy, but the commentary of Swami Vedanta is tough.
Okay, but anyway, we love Vedanta Deshika, so whether it's tough or not, we have to do it, right?
It is not as easy as Gitartha Sangraha.
I see. Oh, so it's even more difficult. So I'm choosing something even more difficult. Okay.
But taking to literal translation of Stotra Ratnam is very easy.
Okay. All right. So let's see what the group decides, and
you can also communicate to the group what the topic that you suggest. You can suggest.
Yeah.
And then they can also mutually suggest.
Yeah. Right now I had a group of people. I was also Dr. Alwar said he told that his father may be interested in teaching Bhagavad Vishayam.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I think Bhagavad Vishayam is a huge topic, no?
Yeah, 1,000 songs of Ramayana.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if anybody is. Nobody actually came forward and said they were interested in that so far. So because
Vedapudi Krishnan is delivering a lot of discourses on Bhagavad Vishayam in Tamil.
Yeah, of course, in Tamil. So
Yeah.
there's plenty of things. There's plenty of stuff out there for people who speak Tamil.
Yeah. And I have the 4 volumes. But I'm afraid whether I will have patience to go through.
So you have the 4 volumes, but you're afraid to even open the book, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're afraid, then what about me? I should be even more afraid.
Because I tried once to open the first verse. Where were Nalam Arulian Evanalam. So I gave 10 beautiful points given in Bhagavad Gita. I transferred it to WhatsApp, and then I never got any response. And therefore,
you never got any response. Yeah, I think people are afraid to enter into a text which is so long.
And again,
because we should finish. I mean, if we start a text, we should finish it. And when you have a very, very long text, it's a commitment. People are afraid of commitment these days.
Yeah, I went up to 27 namas of Vishnu Sahasranama. I gave the English, Sanskrit, and Tamil meanings of 27 names. And then beyond that, there was nobody to say even emoji. Many people stop with saying sending emoji with.
Yeah, that's why I have a Vishnu Astavimsati Nam Stotram which I use because nobody wants to go past 20, 25 or 27. 20. So I have a Astavimsati 28. I have a 28 Nama Stotram. I'll post a Dwarasa Venkateshwara Dwarasa Nama Stotram. I'll post that on Sanskrit. Okay.
Thank you.
And Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane, right? So one nama of Rama is enough.
there is one more version. Sagasra Namataha Tulyam. It's not Sagasranama Tattulyam.
Oh,
I'll tell you about it.
okay. So another reading. All right, good. Is that reading also there in Lifko book? No.
May not be in Lifko. It is what you call Munitre Sampradaya's version.
I see. Okay. So Munitraya Sampradaya has got their own version. Okay. All right. Good.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
When I take up some point of discussion from such books like Srimad Ragasya Sara or any other what we call, as you know, Chillare Ragasyangal or any other what we call Shastra Ragasya Granthas from so many Acharyas, preceptors, there is only one apprehension that people will say, why do you reveal the secrets to all? I would rather, of course, answer them by saying we are sharing the knowledge only to those who are interested. Just like Lord Krishna asked Arjuna not to divulge anything unless being asked. The Lord has the same quality. There are two statements already we had known, namely, Aprapchita na gopayet. Without being requested, he will not save, he will not protect. And then Raksha Peksham Apekshate. He expects that we must request him for protection. These two pramanas, we have to search for from the books, from the sources. But this is again, as we have seen already, Shishtachara, the habit of the elders who might have said this out of their experience. And somebody was asking a question, where from did you get this? I told him today, while we dealt with what we call Dehalisha Stuti of Sri Vedanta Deshika, we always say that the elderly people said it, that's all. Nothing else. So they are pramanas. They are the authorities too. For me, my grandfather, great grandfather, are the authorities. So they are unquestionable also. Because they have taken they have received their knowledge from some other preceptor that they had. It is again what we call a firm belief of what we call in Sanskrit aitiham. Aitiham. Meaning iti iha. That was here like this. Iha here, iti thus. So that was here like this. And we cannot suspect the Lord that he doesn't need that. For example, even we have some egoism and sense of possession, and that we expect others to ask us, even for small help, suppose we offer voluntarily, which is normal and which is mandatory also. Sometimes the help is mistaken. Sometimes the help becomes fruitless. Sometimes we are questioned why we helped them.
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः।